You are watching Texas History. This is Coach Rosales. We got a great show today. We're going to be talking about Texas explorers. You're looking at gold. This is the main reason why people explored Texas. Mainly the Spanish. This is their empire. The Spanish Empire controlled it. They were not the only ones. We can see that the French bordered up to their empire. Starting off, we're going to talk about Columbus. We all know 1492. Next, we're going to move on to Pineda, 1519, very important date. We're going to talk about that later. He mapped the Texas coast. You need a map anywhere you're going. Cortez in 1521 wasn't in Texas, very influential. He was in Mexico. He conquered the Aztec Empire. And then after Cortez, we have Cabeza de Vaca. He was stranded, shipwrecked in North America, explored Texas, wrote a journal about it. Coronado went searching for the 7 cities of gold, never found it. I don't know, maybe he did. He was part of the De Soto expedition. De Soto died, and then Moscoso took over. Onafe in New Mexico, not a nice guy, El Paso area. Did some very mean things to the Indians. And then we have the French coming in, La Salle. Now here's where things get very interesting, is because they have a competing narrative, conflicting narratives. So let's talk about that. Pineda, which we talked about earlier, mapped the Texas coast. You know, whenever you play a video game, Minecraft, Ark, you need a map. And Pineda wrote this map in 1519. That's very important. You're going to need to know that for your test. After Pineda, we have Cabeza de Vaca. He was shipwrecked, crashed on the beach. He was in the Narvaez campaign. So here we see they are shipwrecked, stranded on the beach. Who lived on the Texas coast? Think back to the previous chapter. It was the Karankawas, very powerful runners and swimmers. Remember, rumored to be cannibals. And when the Karankawas see Cabeza de Vaca, they enslave him. It's very important to point out that slavery was not invented by Europeans. The Indians also had slaves. Very interesting. Cabeza de Vaca heals one of the Indians that was shot by an arrow, and he becomes a holy man. He's a healer. So he ends up roaming the countryside. Indians are following him. He's a healer, a bit of a rock star.
Take it! Take it! Take it! Take it! Take it!
And as he wanders through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, crosses over, winds on down. Eventually they find him and he writes a book, and he's going to tell the Spanish about these rumors of gold. Rumors of gold. And actually the name Texas is based on the Caddo word Tejas, which means friends or allies. You need to know that. Are all friends and allies until the French come along. And this guy, René Robert Cavelier Lesueur LaSalle, very long name, just know LaSalle, however your teacher teaches you to pronounce it. He is a French explorer. He was looking for the mouth of the Mississippi. We can see here New France borders Spain, and he was looking for the mouth of the Mississippi, and he overshot, landed in Matagorda Bay, and he establishes Fort St. Louis. This scares the Spanish because 100 years after Onafe, right? Now we got LaSalle in their backyard, and they decide that they need to defend their territory. So what do the Spanish do? The Spanish are going to build some forts. Okay, they're going to abandon all of the missions. They're going to be setting up missions in East Texas. They're going to abandon them, and they're going to build a line of forts because now they are threatened by the French. We've got these competing narratives. Who owns Texas? Both of them are looking for gold. Okay, the Spanish have a claim, but it is their frontier. It is their borderlands. So next chapter, what we're going to do in the next chapter is we're going to be talking about the missions of Texas and how the Spanish plan on defending New Spain. I'm Coach Rosales. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just want to remind you that Texas is from the Caddo word for friends. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I love to hear from you because you're my friends. So we'll see you next time. Bye.